We're talking Western Kentucky at Hawaii. So first, let's just start off this segment by saying screw Hawaii, okay? Because obviously
Yes.
I was on them last week, which is a huge mistake. I bought into some points is what it was. I just thought it was too many points. It wasn't like even close to being enough points is what it was. So I did cash the over though. So now we've got
Nice.
Western Kentucky flying into Hawaii. They're a minus 16 and a half. The total's 67 and a half. What are we doing? Hey guys, don't forget to check out the official sponsor of Picks and Parlays. It's BetMGM. For all new accounts, they're hooking you up with up to $1,000 in a risk-free first bet when you download the app and use the promo code MORNING.
Well, I truly hope that it wasn't on my advice that you took Hawaii there in week 0. Both of these teams were in action in week 0. I actually had a play on Hawaii as well. I went 1-1 in week 0. I also had a play on Illinois. It was a 13.5-point favorite. It won huge. But yeah, I lost with Hawaii at home to Vanderbilt. We both live on the West Coast. I actually went to bed when it was 7-0 for Hawaii. And then I woke up at midnight and saw the absolute beatdown when I went to the toilet or something. And
It was
so,
bad. It
yeah.
was bad.
But yeah, anyways, Western Kentucky was in action as well in week 0. It beat Austin Peay by a score of 38-27, but it didn't even come close to covering the 32.5-point spread. So both of these teams lost horribly against the spread. So what can we expect in week 1 here in Hawaii then? That's the big question for us. Now, last weekend, the Hilltoppers, they were led by Austin Reed. He had 280 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dawood Davis and Malaki Corley, they combined for 185 receiving yards. But despite last weekend's loss, the Rainbow Warriors, they're still 4-7. Their last, they still won 4 of their last 7 at home. Now, Dedrick Parsons, he had a 35-yard touchdown last weekend. He was one of the few bright spots on the team. Braden Shager and Joey Yellen, they split time under center. Shager, he was 18-35. He had 161 yards. Yellen was 10 of 20 for 89 yards. Hawaii did manage 108 yards on the ground, but I think it's going to be able to improve on those stats against Western Kentucky. I mean, you just asked the question, how could anyone possibly back Hawaii after that epic blowout loss? But
Because
you
you're
know
getting
what?
16 and a half points. That's why.
Yeah, and that's right. And you know what? I think
Exactly
it's an overreaction to that blowout loss. I mean, clearly the Hilltoppers are not nearly as good as the Commodores. No. Western Kentucky struggled big time to put away lowly Austin Peay. It now has to travel across 2 time zones. And as you said there, it's because we're getting more than 2 touchdowns worth of points. I'm not going to call for the outright upset here, but I do think Hawaii, it makes some adjustments here. It's going to look a lot better, a lot, more under control here. And so, yeah, I think the back door will be left wide open for them to sneak through here.
I like them plus the 16 and a half. I will definitely have them on a teaser of this weekend.
Right.
They will be thrown into a 6-point teaser. I don't know if I have trust issues. Nick, you know this about me. I have trust issues with my teams.
Well, I don't blame you after that. That was just, yeah.
It's one of those games too. Like I felt like I should have known better. You're
well,
like,
it's an outlier. It's one of those things. It just got away from them. So I think, yeah, I do think there's some overreaction here. That's my read on it, anyways, for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody's as burned as I am right now. Everyone's as ticked off as me, and they're like, "Screw Hawaii." But honestly, at the end of the day, should have seen that coming, shouldn't we? That's how I feel anyway.